Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Same Fire Society. I am so happy to have you here. I hope everyone had a great holiday, a great New Year's, and you're starting off 2025 with a bang. I did want to talk about a little bit that Mars is in retrograde until February 23rd in Leo. This will be a great time of self-reflection, challenges, and growth. It's also a time of emotional processing, and I'm really feeling that the divine feminine may be in a time of wanting to either release her divine masculine or is releasing a third party, maybe some betrayal that's consisted of some betrayals in some way, and that releasing of that person may have been delayed here. I'm hearing that song, "Since You've Been Gone, I Can Breathe for the First Time." I believe that's by Kelly Clarkson. I'm moving on, thanks to you, now I get what I want. So yeah, really maybe releasing something that was like a huge betrayal in her life here. Someone she's been unable to trust. And this is a time to look at unprocessed anger. There may be some slowing, delays, introspection, roadblocks. If you work on things, you might have difficulties or have to do things more than one time. I know I already filmed this video and it will not upload for some reason. I think it was on a wrong setting. I'm still working, being new to YouTube, working on filming and, aspects like that are not my forte for sure. So thank you for being patient with me as well. This is a time to be more cautious of starting something new. And if you started something new right before the retrograde, to use this time to reflect and make sure it's going in the right direction here. It is definitely a really good time to revisit old projects or unfinished projects or even unresolved issues and work towards completing them. That may be, a shadow aspect of yours or the divine masculine that, you don't tend to finish projects that you start, procrastination, things like that. A good time to engage in creative outlets, to set boundaries, and to seek professional guidance if needed. If you're just starting on your spiritual path, your soul path, if you're just starting with healing, to maybe reach out to those that can help you at this time. I just received this new deck called Sacred Woundings. So we're going to look at for each person, we're going to look at the divine masculine and the divine feminine and see what they will be healing in 2025 or what they're working on healing right at this moment. We have fear of success. So we'll show up as self-sabotage, procrastination. We just said procrastination due to this, this may be a shadow aspect both you are working on, or an unconscious resistance to stepping into your full potential. It may manifest as a fear of the responsibilities, expecting or changes, that beliefs that you're not worthy or success, or that achieving your goals will lead to unwanted attention, isolation, or pressure. So kind of the divine masculine stunting his growth here, stunting growth out of like just being crippled by fear. And it's not only fear of success, but it's fear of even this connection here, fear of speaking their feelings out of what that may bring, and more scared to lose, let's say if this is about the connection, the feminine, rather than, the perception of just being lucky to even have this type of love in their life at all. Needing to heal a loneliness wound will show up as deep feelings of isolation, disconnection, or longing for meaningful relationships. It may manifest as difficulty forming or maintaining connections, fear of rejection, or a sense of being unseen or unheard, often stemming from unmet emotional needs in the past. So that definite inner child of maybe not getting the love they needed when they were young. And also I'm feeling too that this may come a little bit of a surprise. This masculine here may be always surrounded by people. And, Spirit's really saying here, regardless of what it looks like in the 3D, this loneliness wound really needs to be healed here. Needing to heal an envy wound. So will show up as feelings of jealousy or resentment towards others' success, professions, or qualities. It may manifest as comparing yourself to others, feeling inadequate, or experiencing bitterness, often rooted in lack of self-worth or unmet desires. And it's been coming up too that the masculine is maybe, and this third party is coming up again, but maybe was comparing himself to connections that he saw you in the past. And it could be a feminine too, not gender specific. I'm just using he for masculine and she for feminine to keep it a little more straightforward. But put it where it goes. You could be a feminine that resonates as the divine masculine. We have both within us. So the masculine really here, needing to heal confidence here. And I'm really feeling that on both sides for the feminine and the masculine, needing to really in 2025 work on self-love and self-care that helps bring you to your highest potential when it comes to confidence. I apologize for the coughing and the little bit of raspy voice. I have been under the weather for a couple weeks. Finally getting better. We have the sacral chakra, and this came out in the last reading too, so really wants to come up. The blockage of the sacral chakra. And I was really getting to the last reading that wouldn't quite upload. Really alignment of the chakras are really important at this time. This will show up as difficulty expressing emotions, creativity, or connecting with pleasure, leaving you feeling disconnected from your passions and desires. It may manifest as emotional numbness, guilt, or struggles with intimacy and relationships. And could be numbing with substances, needing to heal from karmic blockages. So I did just get releasing of third parties. I mean, this could be, I was feeling more for the divine feminine, but this could be the divine masculine as well. Will show up as a repeated patterns of struggle, conflict, or unhealed emotional wounds that seem to follow you from one lifetime to the next. They may manifest as a recurring challenges in relationships, career, or personal growth, where it feels like you are caught in a cycle that you can't break. So Mars in retrograde is really this time of reflection. So it's really a time to look at these things. What cycles are you repeating here? And what needs to be broken? Really, really looking at that so you can heal. Throat chakra. This makes perfect sense because my throat is going a little crazy here. Will show up as difficulty expressing yourself. And we've really been getting that with the connections that I'm tuning into. The masculine really having with this fear of rejection, fear of success here, betrayal wounds coming up again. Lack of boundaries really was coming up in the other reading too. So we're just going to go, put it where it goes here. But this is for the connection as a whole. We're just going to lay these out here. Lack of boundaries. So I was getting before this lack of boundaries and really needing to set boundaries, and this really showing up for the divine masculine here as letting go of connections that do not serve them anymore. And that includes friendships. And these can be long-time friendships, right? The divine feminine has most likely already cut a lot of people out of her life. And, you know, that could bring up loneliness or nostalgia, which tends to come up in this retrograde, and just reflection, kind of mourning the old life, so to speak. And betrayal runes, we did say betrayal in the introduction to this video, some type of karmic betrayal. It could be friends, it could be family, it could be an actual relationship, but this will show up as a deep mistrust of others, often causing you to question people's intentions and struggle to form genuine connections. If you are still healing betrayal wounds like this, how could you truly come into alignment for this divine connection? These are all things that need to be healed within and looked at for 2025. And more specifically, both parties really need to get on the soul path. So if that's been delayed for you as the divine feminine, that's obviously going to be delayed for the divine masculine. Attachment wounds will show up as difficulties forming secure, trusting relationships or fear of abandonment and rejection. They may manifest as emotional distance, clinginess, codependency, or an inability to fully open up and connect with others due to past experiences of neglect or inconsistent care. So this betrayal wound and things that have happened in the past, this could be on both sides. It seems to be being mirrored here. So maybe the masculine was really good at speaking the truths before, and that led to some sort of rejection, and also the feminine dealing with betrayal wounds. And so both having a bit of walls up when it came to this connection, most likely in the past. And, you know, needing to reflect on that at this time. Were you, like, your feelings were really strong, but can you see how maybe you were cold in the connection? That's what I'm feeling. And I just got like chills, like shivers. So wearing a mask in this connection and coming off as like an ice queen here or an ice king. Okay. So knowing these feelings run really deep, but there being a real disconnect in what you saw in the 3D here, if that makes sense. Agency wounds. So this will show up as difficulty making decisions or asserting personal needs, stemming from a past where autonomy was denied or controlled. This can manifest as passivity, people-pleasing, or a tendency to defer to others. So this really goes in line with lack of boundaries here, even at the expense of one's own well-being, often accompanied by feelings of powerlessness. This wound may create a fear of conflict, self-doubt, or reliance on others for validation and direction. So, and this could really stem from an inner childhood wound of needing to feel like you had to give or people please to get love. Maybe your parents weren't very loving in certain ways or didn't meet your emotional needs, or the main people in your lives didn't meet your emotional needs. And so you resorted to being that overgiver or that people pleaser in order to receive love, and needing to recognize at this time and for 2025 that you deserve love no matter what you are able to give in a connection. Inner child. So we've been saying that through this whole thing, needing to heal the inner child. And we are going to pull specifically some inner child oracle and look at what specific messages need to be healed for this inner child. But this will show up as unresolved emotional pain, unmet needs, as we were talking about, maybe unmet needs like not being shown the love you needed as a child, or a sense of unlovability from childhood experiences. It may manifest as self-sabotage, difficulty trusting others, fear of abandonment, or a deep longing for validation and care that was never fully received. Okay? So healing by giving yourself that self-love this year and giving yourself the love it needed as a child, looking at those things, looking at what you needed as a child and what you didn't get. Okay, and then we have codependency wounds. So we'll show up as relying excessively on others for validation and emotional support. So often neglecting your own needs. It may involve difficulty setting boundaries. So we're really getting the need for setting strong boundaries here in your life this year. And using that to help work on your confidence, to go boldly towards the things that you want in life, in work or loving relationships, right? That's really going to help you clear that throat chakra here, I'm hearing. Okay, let's get some of the inner child oracle. Let's look specifically at this inner child card here. So you can see what you and the masculine are needing to work on here for 2025. I'm really feeling like a procrastination and delays a bit in this relationship, in this connection, on your soul path as a whole here. So really needing to look at what's causing this, what's causing procrastination on your end. And if you're lacking in confidence in any way in what you're going towards, to look at that and to try to heal that at this time. So like I said, you can go boldly in the direction you're supposed to go in. Let it come forth. Give yourself permission to feel it. Exactly. If there has been some numbing on any side of this connection, needing to let it come forth. Twos could be really significant here. 222. Give yourself permission to feel it. We need to feel it to heal it. And that's really, really important at this time, to not be self-medicating and numbing these feelings, but to let them come forth in 2025 so you can release all of them. I just got the chills. So you could really be feeling that if you're listening to this. All right. We have listen. Your inner child has something to say. Okay, so your inner child has been wanting to speak to you, and it may just be a procrastination here on either side of this connection or both, because we are mirrors. Excuse me. Where his throat chakra is really acting up. So somebody needs to say something here and has not said it. And it's most likely on the side of the divine masculine, but it may even tie to this inner child of you needing to say something to somebody or talk to somebody about something, talk to a parent about something that you went through as a child so that you can heal this. Okay, I'm feeling that as well. Yeah, and bottom of the deck, let go of the past. Your inner child has something to say, so you can release here. You have to feel it to heal it. You know, talking about it can be very healing, as hard as it may be. And then set boundaries. This is the second time this is coming up. So setting boundaries, we have it here again. So that's double confirmation that these boundaries are going to be super important, not only for you to recognize what boundaries need to be set, but to also firmly set them. Okay, 2025, firmly set your boundaries. You want to keep that inner peace. You want to keep that momentum on your soul path. You want to keep yourself very grounded here, I'm hearing. Okay, let it come forth. I'm going to go ahead and read these for you guys to give specific messages. Okay, let it come forth. Many things occur in life that we may be unable to process, and most, if not all, of these unprocessed events and emotions can be stored inside of us. If you have pulled this card, then it might mean there is a repressed emotion memory, or aspect of the self that is hindering you in your current situation. As repressed emotions can subconsciously fuel many of our behaviors and interactions within the world, it can be beneficial to explore this. Inner work exercise. One of the ways we deal with overwhelming emotions is by storing them within our physical body. And this can even store as fat, so if you've had trouble like losing weight, this could be an indication that you really need to look at what repressed emotions that you are storing as well. We can access these trapped emotions through physical, intuitive movement. For this practice, feel your body and move how you feel led to move, particularly focusing on any areas that feel as if they are under pressure. If you need to punch the air, go for it. Oh my gosh, I'm just laughing because there's been so many times where I'm just dealing with this unprocessed anger that can come up during Mars retrograde. And there's been many, there's been other Mars retrograde, and just on my spiritual journey, just so many times I've been like, I could just punch air. So it just makes me laugh that this came up. As you practice this exercise, try to surrender to how your body needs to move. Try to withhold judgment and practice this exercise alone in a dimly lit room. If you're having trouble letting go, be gentle with yourself. This can be a heavy practice. Please only continue if you're comfortable working with releasing stuck and repressed emotions. And with this time being about seeking professional guidance, this could be something as simple as maybe going to like a Reiki healer if you feel comfortable doing that, to move around this stuck energy. And I just want to say to do your research and finding, someone good, and using your intuition as well to help you use discernment in choosing the guidance that you seek, okay? Ask yourself if there is anything that needs to be spoken aloud and released. Write down what comes forth, observing it without judgment, and proceed to speak aloud what needs to be spoken. All right, listen. Our inner child is comprised of the many different aspects of childhood we experience growing up. There is a 1-year-old inner child, a 10-year-old inner child, an 18-year-old inner child, and an inner child for every age in between. At various times in our lives, different aspects of our inner child will need to be heard. This card indicates that an aspect of your inner child, one you may have not met with yet, has a message for you. So repressed memories are coming forward really strong, or repressed feelings. I don't know why I said memories. That may be. You may need to seek guidance on repressed memories here. Take time to connect with this new piece of you through inner visualization, responsive journaling, play, or intuitive art. Try to be open to what your inner child has to say. Many times in life, we repress aspects of our inner selves in a bid for safety. When events occur in our childhood that we cannot manage or understand, they can become suppressed aspects of ourselves. Because of this, our inner child might bring unprocessed events and memories for us to work through as an adult. If this occurs, be gentle with yourself and have patience. These memories and events will most likely be sensitive in nature because of how long our inner child has carried the pain of that moment. Give yourself plenty of time to sit with whatever comes up. Setting aside the practice or processing these old memories if it becomes too overwhelming, or seeking professional help as needed. Responsive journaling prompt. Is there an aspect of your inner child that you do not wish to meet? Is there a way to create space for that aspect to come forward? And I'm feeling a very heavy energy, like it's almost making me nauseous. So there may be something really difficult that you have really not been wanting to face here, but your freedom is going to be on the other side of letting go of the past here with whatever this is. And I know it's difficult. So for let go of the past, the past is a complex thing. It can hold for us all the core elements of who we have come to be, our very essence and identity. Sometimes we can be conflicted about our story and how it has unfolded. Maybe we identify with one aspect more than another, or maybe we have rejected the past completely. However, it may be how we view the past can have a drastic impact on how we view the present. If you have pulled this card, then it may be time to look at how your beliefs about the past might be shaping your actions in the present. For an inner work exercise, ask yourself if the past has created an identity that you no longer wish to claim. Is there a label that you or others have placed upon you that is no longer serving you? If your answer is yes, then your responsive journaling might be good to help you work through this now. And setting boundaries, I think is really self-explanatory. Like, for the people, places, and things that are no longer serving you in life, to really be dead fast on setting those boundaries that you need to set in your life at this time. Spirit's really emphasizing that. Boundaries. Let's look at the future higher self oracle. Be patient. Trust the wait. Everything is coming together. I'm feeling that specifically in this connection, specifically with the Divine Feminine. If you've been having trouble being patient, I'm seeing the Temperance card here. When a new door opens, walk through it and begin again. So letting go of this past is really going to open new doors for you. I'm seeing that so strongly. Really trying to release 2025. Let's work on releasing the past. Everyone you meet is another part of you that wants to be loved. Wow, that was deep. That was really, really deep. I felt that. I felt that really, really strong. Everyone you meet is another part of you that wants to be loved. Wow. So you could meet people that's the worst version of you, and you can meet people that's the best version of you. To be kind and unconditionally loving to everybody that you meet, right? It's a reflection of you in some sense. But also knowing what boundaries, also knowing when you need to set boundaries with certain people. This is your time to step up and lead from your soul, to get on your soul path if you haven't already, okay? To work on that self-love that's going to give you that confidence. And there's a big yellow butterfly outside my window right now. That could be significant. Okay, we got two more. Your heart always knows the way. Simply trust it, okay? So working on this confidence is really going to help you with that trust. You are a beacon for others to follow. So don't hide the bright light that you are. And this is really, really significant, because if you don't get on your soul path, your soul tribe doesn't have the way lit up for them, okay? There's a whole slew of people, I'm hearing, waiting on you, okay? So whatever you've been nudged to do, you need to get on, okay? And for both parties. This could divine masculines or divine feminines or both. There could have been procrastination or delays or roadblocks even getting on the path here, okay? So really, Spirit's really emphasizing the need to get on that path if you haven't already, okay? And doing so is really going to require letting go of the past and healing any repressed resentment, feelings, or past memories, okay? And getting the help and seeking the guidance that you need in order to do that, okay? Oh, we have double angels here. So, you are protected, okay? You are being guided here. So to trust in that and to, to trust in that and to walk on the path. We have double stars here as well. So that's Aquarius energy for me as a reader. So it's showing, I'm really getting here that you have an important path here, that you getting on your soul path is really going to light the world for others, that people walking in the dark right now need you on this path. We have the year of the monkey, the year of the rabbit. That could be significant in your connection here. And we also have double fairies. So I'm really getting a divine connection here. There's a lot of doubles. We had 2-2. This could be significant of like a power couple situation. So these things that really need to be looked at and healed in this year in order for this divine union. Okay, my loves, I really hope this helped with your soul path and your shadow work. I really hope you're having an amazing 2025 so far. Just a reminder to not get discouraged if you do run into roadblocks during this Mars in retrograde. All right, and until next time, love and light.